I bet you feel it now, baby. Especially since we've
If you're constantly watching like Baddies Midwest, that's my guilty pleasure. But what's up, y'all? It's Maya the Maverick TV, and today we are going to be talking about how changing your mindset can attract positivity, abundance, and prosperity. Okay, it's one thing to say like, oh, I tend to think pretty positive, and then to actually put it into practice and it emanates through like every aspect of your life. So I thought to talk about that because I have been on a largely like positive momentum. Like literally every time spring starts, I decide to kind of just like restart my life. Like all the things that I want to do, they just kind of start to happen. And it's because I just typically start feeling better about life around this time. And honestly, I feel like it's natural. It's like the new year, and spring is just a wonderful time. So yeah, I'm just going to be talking about 4 aspects in your life in which you can have a more positive outlook, or just actions that you can take that will attract these things that we're talking about as far as positivity, abundance, wealth, health, all of those things. So first, let's talk about waking up, okay? As soon as you wake up, do you scroll? And it's okay if you get on your phone and you start scrolling and you just like scroll for an hour before you actually get out of the bed. Like I used to do that. But I stopped doing it. And I feel like I stopped doing it at a rather young age because it was really affecting my mental health. So just to give you a little tidbit on the actual effects of what we think of what doom scrolling actually is, right? So doom scrolling, right, is the act of continuously consuming negative news or social media content, and can have several detrimental effects on mental and physical health. I never knew it could actually affect physical health, but it's a no-brainer if it's affecting your mental health. So some mental health effects could be increased anxiety and stress. Ding. Depression. Ding. Insomnia. Ding, 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 ding. I've experienced all those things. Loss of motivation, definitely. Cognitive impairment, which can lead to a reduced attention span, difficulty concentrating, and memory problems, which totally makes sense when you think about apps such as TikTok, which are meant to, have your attention for a short amount of time, and you keep scrolling and keep getting those dopamine hits. Some physical effects could be headaches and fatigue, digestive problems, increased blood pressure and heart rate, sleep disturbances. So if you are experiencing those things, then it's very integral, very important to see what your life is outside of doom scrolling, slowly get to the place where you're able to limit that and then eventually not scroll as soon as you wake up and not get on your phone and have the blue light hitting your eyes. So here are some things that are very healthy to do as soon as you wake up. I am someone who loves positive affirmations. So like once I'm like brushing my teeth and washing my face and stuff like that, I usually will play positive affirmations just to get those positive thoughts already flowing in my head, and create new neural pathways that, allow me to just think more positive thoughts throughout the day. Like setting that intent early on in the day can really control how the rest of your day goes. If you're someone who's into prayer, who prays, that's probably the first thing I do is wake up and pray, and then I go about my positive affirmations, as well as stretching is a great thing just to, get your body moving, flowing. Also, if you've been asleep for hours, it's good to just stretch your body. But those positive or activity-based things can really set the pretense for how the rest of your day is going to go. If you start off your day with negative thoughts, your day is most likely going to go in a negative way. Remember, you truly do create your own reality, so you can control your thoughts. We might think that we can, and it's so impossible, But, doing things like meditation and those affirmations can really help you, just in life and apply to any situation. Okay, next, let's talk about activity. Okay, throughout your day or throughout your week, really think about it. How often do you go outside? If you're someone who works from home, is so easy if you work from home to never leave your house. Very easy. If you're someone who has to go into an office or just go somewhere to work, then it might be a little harder to have that control over your schedule. But if you do have lunch breaks and stuff like that, it is very, very important to just get outside and get some activity, to just take a break from your day-to-day activities. Why? Because sunlight increases our serotonin levels. So let me give you guys some facts, because I love to follow up with facts. Sunlight increases serotonin by stimulating the retina in the eye, which then sends signals to the brain to produce more of the neurotransmitter. Essentially, serotonin is what makes us feel good, right? It leads to, it releases associated feelings with improved mood and well-being. So overall, the more serotonin you get, the more heightened your mood is throughout the day. It also is linked to your body's circadian rhythm regulation. So, if you actually get vitamin D, serotonin during the day, right, you have that kind of more regulated circadian rhythm. You're probably more likely to sleep better throughout the night, and less likely to feel tired during the day when you need your energy, right? So, I've personally found that getting activity, for me, I like early morning activity, so I feel accomplished already. It's a dopamine hit that I already accomplished something, check. But if you can't get it in the morning, utilize the evening to work out or just to go outside and get a walk. And I promise you will feel the effects. You're just going to feel more positive. You're going to feel more accomplished in your day. So activity is very important. Next, limiting distractions. Okay, and honestly, I think this might be, besides the wake up routine, a very impactful one, because distractions are all around. If you're someone who watches the news a lot, that's a distraction. The news is full of bad news. Okay, there's some good news, but most of it is to tell us what's going wrong in the world. And obviously, that's the news purpose. I'm not knocking them, but it has severe negative effects on mental health, right? On anxiety, on depression, and things like that. Because there are things that are out of your control. And how do you control things out of your control? You can't, right? So limiting distractions early on in the morning and late at night are very important. Just in general, to limit negative distractions. But as far as limiting things that you consume early in the morning so that they don't control the rest of your day, and late at night so that they don't control your sleep, is very important. So obviously it's not very healthy to scroll on your phone on social media late at night. Also TV is something that my doctor definitely does not recommend, falling asleep to your TV, especially with all the blue light that's going to negatively affect your sleep. Music, I say in general, just trying to filter out overly explicit and angry content, because it does affect you. Just like TV, if you're constantly watching Baddies Midwest, that's my guilty pleasure, but I don't like to watch it because it does negatively affect your mental health. It makes you more combative and things like that. So that's why I feel music, TV, social media are definitely have to be filtered in order to just be able to positively affect your mindset and just change your outlook on life and how you go about certain things and situations. And ultimately just limiting early on people interaction. Let's say you have a conversation with your friend or family member late at night before you go to bed, and it turns out to be a bad conversation. Now you can't go to sleep because you took the phone call right before you went to bed. So me, I have a personal rule that I don't even answer phone calls, text messages after 8:30 p.m. That might be a little strict to some people, but I don't think it's strict. I think it's worked out great. I don't like anything to affect my mood early in the morning or late at night because that's my me time. So I feel like just setting a rule for yourself when it comes to these things is going to positively affect you. And then the last thing, and I lied, I'm saying wake up and distractions are the most important. This is probably all of these things are important, okay? Just do all of them. Do all of the things. The last one is diet, okay? What you consume truly does affect your mood. And I feel like a lot of people don't actually believe this, because you might see some people who are like what you consider super fit and athletic, they can sometimes eat whatever they want and stuff like that, and you don't see it negatively affect their bodies maybe because they have a super fast metabolism, but it can extremely affect your mood and your mind, okay? So let's just get into some facts here. As far as diet, it significantly impacts your mental health by providing the necessary nutrients for brain function. So it's through brain function. With a balanced diet, right, rich in, if you think of a little like food pyramid thingy, right? Think about your color scheme, like your fruits, vegetables, whole grains, blah, blah, blah. That's going to provide an overall improved mood and well-being. But if you have a diet that's high in processed foods and sugars, it can contribute to increased anxiety and depression systems. So if you're like drinking soda all the time, stuff that's super high in sugar, you might feel a little dopamine hit when you're actually eating it, but overall it's going to have the adverse effect and lead to depression symptoms, anxiety, and things like that. And this is outlined by the gut-brain axis, okay, which I was going to get into as far as gut health. The bacteria in your gut can influence neurotransmitter production and mood regulation. So if you're only feeding your gut high sugary things that have no nutritional content, then it's not going to positively influence the neurotransmitters that are being produced, such as serotonin and things like that. And you'll probably have a very horrible mood, right? You're probably going to be very irritated and agitated all the time, depressed, and things like that. So just some things about like how diet affects the mental health, right? We can look at it through nutrient deficiencies. So if you're taking more vitamins like B12, folate, iron, those are things that can definitely help increase not only your diet, but your mental health, omega-3 fatty acids, blood sugar, things like that. And then especially your gut microbiome. So I would suggest just like a probiotic and stuff like that. If you find it kind of challenging to make sure that your food is gut healthy, that will help support that. But diet is a huge indicator of mood, okay? Like, think about a time when you just had like a crazy weekend where you're just like drinking every day. And when you drink, now you want to eat super fried comfort foods and things like that. Like, how do you end up feeling? Like, maybe even journal it. Like, do you feel like trash? I almost cursed, but I'm like, you know what? Let me keep it PG. Do you feel like trash? I definitely have. So all of these things together, right? They have a symbiotic relationship when it comes to diet, when it comes to, what your routine is, when it comes to how much activity you're getting, what distractions you're allowing to affect you. All of these things work together to create your reality, what your reality is. So I feel like these are very important things, at least a starter pack to changing your mindset And when you find yourself in this momentum of changing these things and adopting healthier habits, is when I feel like you can truly see attracted positivity, attracted abundance. More things are going to seem like they're happening to you just because you changed, you know, your mindset and how you go about things, right? You might have increased activity to actually, you know, challenge yourself at work and things like that, or to just like lose weight if that's one of your goals. Or you might have an increased mood or better mood when it comes to like love and relationships and your relationships with your family members and things like that. Things are definitely going to change. So if you like this video, definitely give it a like. Make sure you comment down below any content that you'd like to see me do, any topics that I can talk about for you guys or look into. I would love to do that. And make sure that you're subscribed. Okay, we're still on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, I hope y'all have a good day.